How did you market and get people to donate to your Kickstarter?
I was very out of touch with Kickstarter marketing for a long time because I used to run it for like every enamel pin I did because of those insane mold fees. But those would be like a couple $100 for the Kickstarter goal. That's a lot different than trying to raise like 5,000, which to some people that's not a big deal, but like to me that's a big deal. That's a lot of money. That was more than I'd ever had to like crowdfund before. So I actually went to other artists that I had met at conventions that had run Kickstarters to get a lot of advice, which I always recommend, always ask people. Um, and the writer of the Lycan comics, his name's Dennis Robinson, he runs Hivehead Studios. He gave me so much advice, including like printing out postcards that have a picture of the product on the front, a description and a timeline on the back. Like so that when people leave at the show, they don't forget the item. Because it's like you get a million business cards, but it's like it's a card that has everything on it. I just did like a standard postcard and then I would hand those out to anybody who showed interest. And I also, while I was doing tables, like at shows, I had the samples with me. So people could see them, feel the quality of them. Because there's a lot of like blind trust when you're doing Kickstarter. It's like, well, I hope these are as high quality as they look. And a lot of people who had followed me online saw them in person and were shocked at how big they were. They were like, oh, I thought they were so much smaller. I didn't realize they'd be so soft. And so I got a lot of sales that way. And this is just a side note. I model a lot of my business practices after businesses that inspire me. So one of those businesses was Fluff Nest, rest in peace. They plushied too close to the sun. They ran a Kickstarter that went for like $2 million and it was the end of the company because it was just too much for them to fulfill. Yeah, which is like a thing you didn't even think about happening. But anyway, that's a whole, I could get down that rabbit hole so hard. One of the things that I loved about when I ordered their plushies was that they came with little care sheets. Like they had a sheet that said how to wash the plushie. And they were always vacuum sealed. So it said to fluff them up and give them 24 hours. And I was like, that's good because I think if I didn't know any better and I got this in the mail, I'd be like, my plushie's all ruined. Like it's all squished. So I made care sheets myself. I drew myself choking out Barry and I said, you got to reshape him because he might be squished down from transit. And it says the wash instructions and everything. And then on the back, it has how to find me and my email if you need any help. People are like blown away when I hand them the card, which is like, because when they buy them at a show, I hand it to them in person. If they order it online, it comes with their order. And then I was actually promoting the Kickstarter in another creative way, which was at a show I didn't get into, Colossal Con East, which is a huge anime convention. Loved it. It's so fun. But I didn't get in, and I was like, I'm free this weekend. I'm just gonna walk around with all my plushies in my arms. And then when people complimented them or asked about them, I just handed them a card for the Kickstarter. And I was like, oh, I'm trying to raise money for these. And I was also promoting them by giving out friendship bracelets that said all the plushies' names. So when people complimented them, I'd be like, which one's your favorite? And then I would give them a friendship bracelet that matched that. And then somebody said, like, oh, do they come with friendship bracelets? And I was like, well, they do now. Because like I was like, this is bordering on false advertising. But they do now. They all come with a friendship bracelet that says their name. This is Clyde the Blueberry's friendship bracelet. So I know that this isn't necessarily Kickstarter advice, but finding these creative little things that make the plushies like stand out against, going to Walmart and picking out the first thing you see. Like that's always important with all of the art we sell.
Makes sense. Makes sense.